That's the way it began, somewhere off the coast of South America. And the only witnesses to its beginnings were the restless waters of the Atlantic Ocean and the birds that flew overhead. Now the winds and the tides became partners in this voyage of crime and death, and as carefully as a military operation in time of war. The objective? A ship that would be outside the harbor of New York in 11 days. The prize? A collection of diamonds worth $1 million. And the method of capturing this fantastic bounty? Piracy on the high seas. Diabolic scheme masterminded by this man, Eric Paulson. Fantastic? Of course it's fantastic. There seems no limit to man's ingenuity when the stakes are $1 million. His courage and determination under the most difficult circumstances are unbelievable. And anything can happen to a small boat on a tremendous ocean. And yet, Eric was ready for anything. The trip was 2,000 miles from start to finish, and a rigid schedule every inch of the way. The days counted carefully, the course checked often, the limited food eaten sparingly, and every waking moment spent thinking about the plan. It was simple, yet timed to the split second. On the afternoon of the 14th, this boat would meet another somewhere off the Sandy Hook lighthouse. Eric would transfer to this new boat, lie in wait for the ship with the diamonds, then send a distress signal. On boarding the larger ship, they'd hold it up like, well, like pirates. Not with swords and a black patch over one eye, but with pistols and submachine guns. Piracy in the modern manner. Yet there were many ifs. The diamonds, for instance, were a famous collection known to jewelers all over the world. Selling them would be tough. As tough as selling the Mona Lisa. But Eric had an answer for that. In New York, a diamond cutter was ready to change the weight and shape of the diamonds so that no jeweler or detective anywhere in the world would recognize them. Then they could be sold with ease. But getting the diamonds into New York was another if. Eric had no passport to enter the United States. Yet there was an answer to that, too. And if it worked, $1 million, a king's ransom would be his. If they got to the rendezvous on time. If he could get into New York with the diamonds. If.
There she is. here tomorrow.
I never thought you'd make it.
Well, I'm here.
A drink to celebrate, and then to the business of the day. 5 months of painstaking preparations were about to pay off. In a matter of hours, the diamond ship would be near. The men were ready. The guns were ready. The timetable was working to perfection.
I'll go below and change my clothes.
Blood might be spilled, but Eric was going to get those diamonds. Yes, it's about time I introduced myself. I'm Art Wilson, a photographer. I sell my pictures to newspapers, magazines, and I guess you'd call them calendars. Artistic stuff. It's a terrible grind. Work, work, work all the time, never a minute for fun. Oh, yes, I'm married. That's my wife. Oh, great kid, Jean. Understands completely about my work and always glad to help out. Some women would think a guy liked to do this sort of thing, maybe even get jealous. Would you believe that? Oh, but Jean's wonderful. Doesn't mind a bit. Cover another assignment that day, so we cut the art pictures short and headed back in. Say, look, right now, I guess I better explain something. You probably noticed, I don't resemble Humphrey Bogart or Gregory Peck. In fact, let's face it, I'm more the coward type. But whatever I lack in brains and courage, Jean more than makes up for me. And when she latches onto an idea, brother, that's it.
Thank you, Dave.
Okay, honey. Here you are. Easy.
Thanks. Bye.
Here you are.
Gonna get yourself that reward?
What reward?
Ain't you heard? It's on the radio. Turn it on. Biggest pirate job of the century. They got away with $1 million in diamonds. This boat goes up to the freighter, just crazy.
The freighter, Robert Monroe. His ship was about 5 miles off Gainsport, Long Island, heading for New York, when he spotted a small boat, apparently in distress. The freighter threw a rope ladder over the side. 2 occupants of the boat climbed up. It was then discovered that the 2 were carrying concealed machine guns. One pirate ruthlessly and cold-bloodedly turned his machine gun on the 3 crew members who had helped him aboard, killing them instantly. The buccaneers then ordered Captain James of the Monroe to open the ship's safe. One man covered the crew on deck while the other went to the captain's cabin. Captain James says he did not dare refuse to hand over the diamonds, worth just about $1 million, for fear of endangering the rest of his crew. Returning on deck with the diamonds, Douglas climbed down the rope ladder to his boat.
No name or identifying numbers on the boat. Crew members disagree as to the boat's size. And here is a later bulletin. The insurance company which covered the diamonds has offered $50,000 reward for their recovery. In addition, the Groton Steamship Line, the owners of the freighter Robert Monroe, has offered an additional $50,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the men who cold-bloodedly murdered 3 crew members during the piracy. That's a total of $100,000.
100,000 bucks.
I could buy a boat of my own instead of borrowing one and go to South America for 10 years.
Generally agreed that one of them.
Now, don't worry, honey. I'm going to stick to my dirty old camera.
Second man, there is no.
When I went to my next assignment that day, covering the anniversary voyage of one of the big ocean liners, I had pirates on the brain, but not enough. The river was mobbed with photographers, and there he was, right in the middle of this whole celebration, where no one would think of looking for him. On the same boat that tricked the freighter, with the same men that committed the piracy. Posing as a photographer. The three of them, where no one would think of looking for them, and I saw them and didn't know it. This was the safest place for them. This was the way he was going to get into the country with $1 million worth of diamonds under his arm. Hiding in a crowd, but this was the neatest job ever. They came right to the pier with the big ship, holding those cameras up all the time. And who would think to look for them here? And then started the roughest time for them, to get off the boat onto the street, under the eyes of thousands of people, with $1 million worth of diamonds. And with every cop within 1,000 miles looking for them. Just to get off that boat onto the dock. Just to walk along that dock to the street. Three photographers walking with $1 million in diamonds. One of them whistling, one of them with a stiff arm, and I didn't know it. I saw it happen, and I just didn't know it.
This is it. I'm in the United States. I only hope getting out of it tomorrow won't be as easy. There's a taxi. Come on. Thank you. Thanks, fella. Hey, hey, hey!
Will you be long, Art? The show starts in about a half hour.
No, I'm finished now.
In recent history is art. And the big news is that a total of $100,000
Here's the stuff we shot at the big ship this morning.
for the capture of the pirates and the safe return of the diamonds.
Hey,
The only
what do you know? Those are the three characters that took our taxi away from us this morning.
That one of them was whistling, and one of them had a stiff arm. The piracy was a miracle.
You know,
planning and execution.
that combination of the whistling and the stiff arm bothers me.
Now, Arthur.
Apparently, in an effort
Okay, let's go to the movie.
Every available Coast Guard boat is out looking for the pirate.
It's them.
Whistling and the stiff arm. You're right.
Jean, if you wanted to come to this country illegally, how would you do it?
Just land from a small boat. No trouble at all. Anyone could do it.
Sure. All you have to do is come over here in another vessel from whatever country you're coming from and transfer to this photographer's boat. In the noise and excitement of a big ship docking, be a photographer, even to forge press passes. You land and nobody asks any questions.
Now, you know about this big diamond shipment, and you come over here to commit the biggest act of piracy in 100 years.
And you go back the same way you came, with $1 million worth of diamonds, and you're set for life. Oh, why didn't I think of that?
You? Well, you'd probably get surprised and be caught. Sorry, Arthur, I didn't mean that.
Jean, do we have it?
We have it.
Operator?
I want to talk to the police.
What is your number, please?
ME7 9409.
Thank you, sir.
Police headquarters.
I'd like to speak to someone about the diamond piracy this afternoon.
Try me.
Well, I think I know who the diamond pirates were.
Okay, John. You're the, let's see, 271, 234, fifth citizen who's called tonight and says he knows who they are. Who have you got?
Well, this morning I was out taking some pictures, and there were 3 men in a boat. And they were photographers, only they weren't photographers. And they came along and they took my cab and went off in it. And they were whistling, and one of them had a stiff arm.
And because they took your taxi, they're the ones that did this foul deed, and you want $100,000, and they might as well be it as anyone else. Okay, who are they?
Well, I don't know, but it ought to be easy to find them.
Yeah, this is a city where 8 million people live in peace and enjoy the benefits of democracy, and you want 3 of them, only you don't know their names and where they live, but it ought to be easy to find them. Now, look, mister, this switchboard has been lit up like a Christmas tree all night. Everyone in New York knows who they are, but no one knows where to find them. I'd like the $100,000 too, but just because I've got a grudge against a guy for swiping a cab from me, I don't try to turn him in. You got anything real?
No, I guess not. I'm sorry to have bothered you.
Okay, chum, relax. We'll have them in no time flat. We usually do.
Maybe it isn't them after all.
Arthur,
What does it say?
Get me the glass, huh? Nancy B., Pete Mooney, Captain, fishing parties charted, Gainsport, Pier 13, Gainsport, 3341.
See, we do have something. Nancy B., Captain Pete Mooney. Gainsport, Pier 13, Gainsport, 3341. Let's look up this Pete Mooney.
Okay.
Operator?
Gainsport, 3341.
What is your number, please?
ME7 9409.
No answer.
Now, Archie, don't get discouraged. Let's just go out to Gainsport and look up this people.
I'm looking for Pete Mooney.
I'm Pete Mooney.
Well, I'm a photographer, and I was out taking pictures of the big ship Pictures this morning, and, well, and I messed up some of my best ones, and I saw in this picture, I saw you had 3 photographers on board, and, well, I wanted to find out who they were so I could buy some of their pictures.
Sorry, I can't help you, Guy. I don't know them either.
Well, they were on your boat.
Sure they were. Lots of people go out on my boat. Yesterday, I took 6 guys out fishing. Day before that, I took 4 old ladies to Staten Island because they thought the ferry would sink. They called me up. Lots of people call me up. Even you can.
Well, I tried to.
Yeah, well, I don't know them. They paid me cash. Sorry, Guy.
Well, thanks anyway.
Guy.
Super duper double banana royal heaven sent special.
Coke, please. Thank you.
Bad photography. Those banana things are bad for you. Don't look like them either. Photographer and artist.
Whom?
What?
Whom doesn't it? Who doesn't it? It doesn't look like whom?
Oh, Bowen. Only man in Gainsport uses snuff. I stock it for him.
Is it?
Is what?
Him, Bowen.
Sure. Don't look like him, though.
Where does he live?
Who, him?
No, Bowen.
I told you. Here in Gainsport.
Oh, where here in Gainesville?
Oh, Front Street. Second house off the boulevard. Why?
Nothing.
You too?
Mr. Bowen?
Yes?
I've just been over talking to Pete Mooney, and he suggested that I get in touch with you.
Come in. Snuff?
No, thanks.
Now, what is this about Pete Mooney?
Well, Pete Mooney told me you were one of the photographers on his boat this morning. I was out taking pictures of the arrival of the big ship this morning, and, well, I messed up a roll of my film in the developer. And I was wondering if you'd be willing to sell me some of your prints.
I think you've made a mistake somewhere. I don't know any Pete Mooney, and I'm not a photographer.
This is one of the prints I made this morning.
He looks just like me, but I'm afraid it's someone else. I've never touched a camera. I'm an insurance salesman.
Well, guess it was my mistake. Thanks. Thank you.
Not at all. Wish I could help you. If you ever need any camera insurance...
That guy was lying in his teeth. He's got Pete Mooney written on his calendar.
Really? Let's wait and see what happens.
Over there, watch, and see what happens.
What's that on the table?
The diamonds. Inside. We'll have to change our hideout. Get a hold of Pete Mooney and tell him to bring the speedboat over to the Channel House. Let's go.
What? The Channel House? It'll take me a morning to get there. Well, tell him. Okay, I'm on my way now.
Pete Mooney. Pete Mooney?
I want the police.
You shouldn't have crossed, my son.
Mooney's father? Where's the Channel House? Where's the Channel House? Where's the Channel House?
Sit down, son. Drink your coffee.
Where's the Channel House?
I don't know.
Who
It's
does
a new
know?
place. They never told me.
Who does know?
I don't know.
Who does know?
Gloria.
Who's Gloria?
Gloria Kirk. Pete's girl.
Where'll I find her?
In the book on the shelf.
Now, let's start from the beginning.
Pete says he wants you to.
Look, just so we understand each other, Pete Mooney and I broke up over 2 months ago. Try it again.
I don't understand it. I've been beaten, chased. Started out as excitement. It isn't.
Was it Pete Mooney? So you know what he's like.
I've got to find them. They're at the Channel House. Where is it?
14 North Boulevard. He'll kill you. Look, you can't even make it over to that door. Okay, you win. Hey, wait a minute. My car's outside. It's a gray Willie sedan.
He's waiting.
Okay.
Hiya, Pete. Boat's gonna pick me up at 10. We better get moving.
What happened to her?
She tried to get out the window. Fought like a wildcat.
You're coming along with us, young lady. We'll dump her when we get out in the deep. Hand me that bag over there. Now put these diamonds in the speedboat.
over and get to shore. Can you make it, honey? Coming back. Hide over there. I'll make him follow me. Go on. know something? I knew from the very beginning we'd catch those guys. And as I told the reporters, there was nothing to it. The $100,000 reward came in very handy, though, because it helped us to pay our taxes. Our total income for that year, including what I had earned at my photography, came to almost $102,000. And the tax on that kind of money is high. But there were a few bucks left over to buy a boat and some other necessities of life. And when the dough runs out, well, I'll go out and catch a few more pirates.